basketball last night. I don't know how many people are watching preseason basketball, but Gator, did you see the block by chance?
I didn't see the block.
Okay. Jaden Ivey.
I saw the knee.
Right. Your boy Marvin. We'll get to that in a minute. Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham, but mostly Jaden Ivey, blocked Trey Mann on a dunk. Kang, you saw it. It's a preseason play that you don't want to overstate its importance, but you also don't want to completely dismiss it because it was kind of awesome. Man goes up for a dunk, and Ivey just rises up above him and basically cups the basketball, and it's called a jump ball, held ball. It was pretty impressive, pretty damn athletic.
Oh, it's a Derrick Rose, John Morant type play from an explosive, 6'3" type guard, and that's his comps coming in, at least ceiling-wise. And, yeah, he just showed off his athleticism and a lot of excitement that what we plan on seeing this year, right? It's a sweet block, man.
Yeah. It doesn't mean immediate success,
no.
And it doesn't actually mean success. It does show you what this man's physical abilities are and what he's capable of. Because the block, well, Cade got a hand in there. It was basically 85% Jaden Ivey, both hands on the basketball, and Cade got one hand in there. And Trey Mann can just, he can continue to play basketball if he chooses. But it was an embarrassing moment. But it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And Detroit is already excited about Jaden Ivey, and they should be. The physical gifts are there. The one thing that concerns me is the outside shot. But some players don't need an outside shot to get to the basket, and he might be one of them. But very, very impressive athletic play.
Well, I'm watching it right now.
Yep.
And he just kind of swallows that ball, right?
Now, could it have been a foul? I suppose it probably could have been whistled a foul. But, again, just snuffed him out. Great example of what Jaden Ivey might be capable of. Do it again and again and again. That could be who he is. In the meantime, Killian Hayes, do we trust this new improved shot?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, these are things that they ask guys to work on things in the off season, and guys work on things by themselves in the off season. And we're seeing it's preseason ball. We'll wait to really believe it. After 30 games, if we're seeing them light it up from 3-point, but that's nice to see. And Isaiah Stewart doing the same thing, working on that shot in the off season as well. So far that part looks good. The third quarter collapse is no good.
No, it's not.
Stop that.
No. I mean, as far as Hayes is concerned, it felt like because he was no threat from the perimeter and a 26% three-point shooter for his career, he probably was a relatively easy guard. He probably was a guy that other teams knew they could take a lot away just by laying off him. And last night he went 4 for 6 from 3. The opener, and I think he's only played in the 2 games, the Knick game and the to go back and see if he played in the second game. NBA preseason stats are difficult to find, but if he can hit that shot, I don't know. Is the sky the limit with Killian Hayes? Actually, he did play in the Pelican game and he went 0 for 5, so not a good example of him. But he went 4 for 6 last night from beyond the arc. And I know Special K has been talking a lot about it on the TV broadcast. It would be awfully useful, Killian, if that became a regular part of your game.
That would be huge. We've been waiting to see some kind of signs of life offensively from Killian Hayes. He's got great size. You think he can match up well with guards in the league, and yet if he's a liability offensively, he's not going to see the floor. And you think even less and less he's going to see the floor after they drafted Jaden Ivey. But if he can show that he can go out there and knock down a shot consistently, that's awesome. It's great for the rotation, great for the team, great for the future because he's not old. This is such a young team. You'd love to see that they didn't waste a top 10 pick a couple of years ago on him, that they got it right, and they can move forward and he can be part of this core group of players. He's not going to be part of the big three, but he could be part of a core group of like 5 or 6 players that might be able to, lead to really, really good things.
My thoughts on Killian is like almost the way I felt about Jeff Okudah coming into this year. He's never going to live up to the pick that he was taken at. But that doesn't mean he cannot become useful, a big, part of a team, a good team moving forward. And it's Killian Hayes. He just turned 21 years old. Jeff Okudah, I think, is 23 years old. Killian Hayes, if he can develop a three-point shot, he can handle the ball, and he's a pretty good defender. They got guys that can dish the ball with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey to draw defenses in. They need guys to kick it out to, and if he can consistently be a threat out there, that's huge. Like I said, he's 21 years old. He's not part of the nucleus anymore, but he can be a very useful player. Like I said, 21. He develops that outside shot. I know he worked and tweaked some things. Last night was a good sign. It's just preseason. We're going to have to see more of it, but that's a big thing if he can start hitting that shot.
He's played in 92 career NBA games, too. He's barely just crossed over a full season, right? So it's still early, but we all knew what the hole was. The other thing, though, last night with Bagley going down, and I know that's your guy and I know you love him, but is it and I don't wish him ill will, but I like getting to see more run for Jalen Duren just because this is a young guy that, go out there and play, learn from it, and expedite the ability to get on the floor. If Bagley is out for a while, I mean, Duren, if nothing else, is just cleaning up on the glass. And, you see him get the ball near the basket, and there's going to be work to do on that part of his game. But he's got the physical, Lois, he's got the physical ability to rebound and at least be a role player in the early goings.